Welcome back to another unboxing pros and review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Grand Inquisitor. This is the version of the character from Kenobi, but the reason I wanted him is because, of course, he is a Rebels character. I love Rebels, and I'm working on getting as many characters as possible from the show, so definitely keep an eye on my channel for whenever those reviews drop. Keep an eye out for when I kind of put all the characters together, show them in my collection, and do a bunch of fun Rebel stuff. I don't want to waste too much time, but comment down below your favorite scene of the Grand Inquisitor, either from Kenobi or, let's be real, probably from Rebels. So now let's get into the unboxing. As you know, every good unboxing must start with the box. We have a nice image of the figure up top here, Star Wars logo, another picture of the figure in a different pose. This is TMS082 Grand Inquisitor 6 scale collectible figure. We have a little Hot Toys logo right there. Rolling this to the side, we actually have a nice image of the figure. You can see his dead-eye stare right there, which we will be talking about once we get into it. Along the back, there is a bunch of words that you can pause and read if you desire, but I am not going to. Along the other side is the rest of that wraparound banner and the rest of that pose. Up top, we have Star Wars logo, and it's the same on the bottom. Now let's lay this back down and actually open her up. All right, let's go ahead and get the top off here. Nice and slow, don't want to rush it. There we go. We have some pretty nice looking artwork right here. That looks very good. I know I wish it was on the front of the box, but that's unfortunately not what Hot Toys does with Star Wars figures. Let's slide that out. Now let's go ahead and pull this plastic out here, get the bottom box out of the way. First up, let's move this tray out of the way. Has some tape there. Yep, there we go. Pop that, get it out of there. I'll just set it up here for now. Let's go ahead and open the top of the box, if this one wants to open for me. Guess we're gonna have to manhandle this one a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Don't wanna be struggling too much to open this up. And now we can see that figure. Let's take his little neck brace thingy off here and pull him out for a quick little view. Oh yeah, and his cape's back there, so good thing that came out nice and easily. Let's take his little plastic off his top, bump the camera there, toss the plastic over there. Yes, he does have kind of a dead-eye stare, I will admit. It's a little bit different than how he looked in Rebels. He has a shorter head, but it looks very good. I actually really like this. Just my little first out of the box impressions, but I think this is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and take everything else out of the box, lay it out nicely for you, and we'll take a look at everything else he comes with. I got the accessories laid out here pretty nicely for you all, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the potentially boring accessories as usual. We have some wrist pegs. I really hope I don't break his wrists in this video, but we'll see. For this figure, we actually get a junction box and some little pieces for it. So this is a junction box that you can actually plug in both little cables, cords, whatever they are, to. You can plug them in because he has some light up features on the actual figure and his lightsaber. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But just want to show you this whole junction box and attachment pieces. So you can either attach it to his belt or the actual figure stand, the crotch grabber. That'd be my preference, but honestly, I don't really use these. They just never really look great to me. There's other better ones out there, and yeah, these ones are just not it for me. But it's nice that they're included. Now let's grab his crotch grabber and base. All right, so real quick, just a basic crotch grabber, just a matte black crotch grabber. Nothing really to write home there. Then his base, this one is pretty good. If I can get the angle right, you can see it says Star Wars Grand Inquisitor right there. You can see there's a bunch of kind of detail, which I do like all that detail. Looks pretty good. There's a bunch of like chipping and everything in there with the floor. I don't know if this is from like a specific place. It's pretty much just their basic Star Wars base at this point. But let's go ahead and get the crotch grabber in here on camera. Let's see how easy it is to do today. Right, so if I can get the angle on it. Oh, got progress. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, there we go. Love those crunching sounds. Yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Not the most amazing thing in the world, but it gets the job done. Now let's look at the figure's hands. These hands are pretty nice. You get 6 total, 4 extra, 2 on the figure. Let's grab one here, his little force push open palm hand. Oh, the camera wants to focus. There we go. Yeah, these are nicely textured. Feeling them, you can feel all the kind of ridges and all the little glove detail right in there. Yeah, these actually, I'm pretty impressed by these gloves. I can't lie. These actually feel really nice, and I love all the little details. It is just black, pretty basic, but does it for me. And yes, this is just kind of the force push open palm hand. Then he has 2 saber wielding hands. You can see they're both open, so you can fit the saber right in there. And yeah, this camera does not want to cooperate with me in focus today. And yeah, so there's another kind of closed fist, I guess, for kind of angrily standing there or punching someone right in the face, as usual. And then there's 2 on the figure, kind of that more open palm, relaxed style hand. Looks pretty good. Gets the job done, so you can just be chilling. Yes, I'm excited for this next accessory. We have this little Vader here and this little base. This is cool. Camera does not want to cooperate with me today. My apologies. So yeah, this Vader looks very good. You can see they actually have the base of this little kind of hologram piece. It's kind of a little blue, make it look like the Vader's projecting. This little hologram puck piece is pretty nicely detailed. Got some yellow, of course I mentioned the blue on it. Yep, it looks pretty good. Let's take this Vader and peg him in. And yeah, actually went in nice and easily. So yeah, there we go. Vader looks very good there. He's nice translucent blue. You can see the oh yeah, actually looks really good. Let me cover his face, guys. I think he's the one messing up he's messing up my actual focus. Yeah. So yeah, okay, now my hand's messing up. You know, this is gonna be my most professional video ever. I can already tell. Yeah, Vader looks very good there. I love this little accessory. That was very tragic. Okay, well, yeah, he's going into the naughty corner now. We'll put him, yeah, right up there. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can get through the rest of this video with staying focusing, not falling on me. Yeah, let's just grab a lightsaber. I'll start with his non-light up lightsaber. This looks very nice. It's a little goofy, the kind of style of like dual bladed lightsabers that they have in Rebels. I'm sure a lot of you remember how they sort of kind of can fly with these lightsabers. To me, that makes 0 sense. I don't know how you can fly with a lightsaber. It's literally called a lightsaber. It's just light and just rotates really fast. It's kind of like a helicopter blade, but no, that's not how it works. Let's just be honest here. That is not how it's gonna work out. But this looks nice. I do like his little Grand Inquisitor lightsaber. Has the circular part here. You can't fold it or anything. I don't believe his folded in the Kenobi show. I believe it did in Rebels. Like it could fold and like snap out, stuff like that. Would have been cool if that's included, but I get why they didn't do that. Just so you can have it looking how it is. Getting a bit more of a close up, you can see all the little button details, everything right in there. And the backside just has more of his nicely textured grip. Do like that mold on there because you can actually feel it. Let's show you real quick a cool little thing this can do. So these are actually little magnets, so you can actually take his lightsaber and attach it to the back of him magnetically. And then it just kind of, oh, it's not very straight, but yeah, so the lightsaber can kind of just chill on his back there. I'll make it look a little bit better when I actually pose it up, but it's kind of cool it does that. Now let's grab his light up lightsaber. All the same details, except this one has a cable attached. Like I said, I'm not going to use it. It doesn't look the greatest, and I currently don't have any way to plug in all my lightsabers, so it's just not going to be used by me. But of course, we will be using this one to actually show how the lightsabers look when they're all lit up. Which, speaking of which, let's take a look at those blades. So we'll actually grab his regular lightsaber, start off with these blades. So these look very nice, actually. So sometimes Hot Toys doesn't saturate their blades enough and they end up looking pink or, yeah, just not too good. These ones are a very nice red. I'm sure you can see that over on through the camera. I'm sure you can probably tell how these look very red compared to some other ones they have. And these just plug nicely into the lightsaber right there. And yes, the Grand Inquisitor is gone. He was messed up my camera's focus way too much. And I'm sure a lot of you are already getting a little annoyed by that. I know I was, so I apologize, but he's been taken care of. Then you actually have his swooshing style of blades, which look like they could be spinning. Yeah, I can't really spin this too well. Just, oh, there we go. Maybe, oh, never mind. Yeah, I can't spin this too well, but it can make it look like he's spinning it and just slashing at some people. Yeah, it looks good. Usually I haven't really displayed any of my figures in my display with these, but for him, I might kind of make it look like he's just standing there spinning his blades around, because that's some iconic Inquisitor action. Let's look at the light up feature for the lightsaber. You probably can't tell, but yes, it's plugged in and it's on currently. One reason I really don't use these is because if you have a display that's all nicely lit, you're not gonna see the lightsabers. Now dimming the lights here, they look okay. You can see that hot spot down near the base of the lightsaber. It should be evenly lit throughout the whole thing, not just the bottom and the tip. So like I was saying, these aren't the most usable display option for it, but it gets the job done. And it's about the same for the swooshing blades here. Okay, they got me a little bit on this one. That light up feature on the chest looks pretty cool. Dimming the lights here, you can see it's pretty bright. It's just right there in the middle of his chest. I do actually like that. It looks pretty good. Looks better in person because it's a little bit blown out on the camera. But yeah, that's actually a pretty cool feature. And that's actually the perfect transition into the figure overview. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. That head sculpt. That's just not amazing. He doesn't look that great. It's accurate. It looks like the character from Kenobi, and I do love all the detail, the ridges. You have his markings. The eyes look very good. I love the coloring in there. I don't know if I can get them close enough, but you can see all the reddish orange in there. But that look, it's unfortunate. He came at a time before Hot Toys basically put rolling eyes on every figure, and he suffered for it. That's the biggest drawback to this figure, because even looking at him look off to the side and having him look kind of up, it's just not, I can't really find a good way to have him looking to where he's gonna look normal. We'll test it out when we get to the posing section after this, but that is the worst part of this figure. As soon as I took him out of the box, I knew that was gonna be the biggest drawback. But now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the rest of his outfit. You see he has a very nicely sculpted plastic chest armor piece, and he actually has a little Grand Inquisitor badge right up here. So an additional feature of this character, these little pieces here are actually UV reflective. I don't have a UV, but if you do pick up this figure and for some odd reason have a UV in your display at all times, then I guess you'll be able to see that. I don't have any. I do need to pick up a UV because I've been talking about them in these reviews, but I can't actually show them. Probably looks all right, but let's be real, no one's really gonna see it. It's just kind of a useless feature, but I guess it's kind of cool it's there. The belt does look pretty nice, so I love all the little details within it. And another thing, he has these little pieces on the side of his legs, like a little bit of leg armor. This one here keeps it just keeps falling off on me. You have to push them down, try to keep them secure. That one has been just moving on me. This side's been okay, but definitely make sure they're secure whenever you have your figure. Yeah, so these little pieces, you can adjust them though. It's kind of nice. You can move them up, down, whatever you need to do, but just be careful because they'll probably fall off on you quite a bit. His pants have this kind of fluffy design. I know there's a name for this. I can't think of it right now. In the comments, let me know, because now I'm kind of curious what it's called when the pants stick out like that. And down here, unfortunately, these are pleather boots. You can rotate them however you need, which is good to get him standing, but these have the potential to degrade on you. That sucks. We don't like pleather. Hot Toys needs to stop using it as much as they do. They have been using this kind of interesting nylon type material that I've been seeing on some other figures that are coming out, but until we get that more frequently, it's just going to be a little bit of a nuisance on these characters. And same with his belt. Taking a quick look at his arm, he has these little forearm guards that have these kind of little cuts in them, and he has some nicely sculpted plastic shoulder guards up here. I do really like how his armor looks, and the undersuit is fabric, so you're going to have a lot of posability. It has this nice little ridge that you can see in there. It looks cool. I do like his outfit. It's a little bit different than he looked in Rebels, of course, and the addition of the cape. He didn't have a cape in Rebels, so I may be trying to take it off just to kind of pose him without it. But let's actually talk about this cape. So the cape is a little unfortunate. It is nicely detailed. You can see all that little bit of detail in there. But the unfortunate part is it is actually not wired. It's just a drape cape. It just drapes there, and I guess when we pose him, he might look kind of cool with it. But yeah, it's not wired. It's a little unfortunate. Can't make him look cool in any poses. He does have a hood as well. Trying to get that up on him. This hood is bad. It's no wires, no nothing. It just, yeah, there you go. Yeah, this hood's not great. I do want to take that cape off. I'm going to try that. Okay, I looked into taking the cape off a little more. I'm not doing it yet because I want to do some poses with the cape on. I believe it's just held on there with Velcro, so I should be able to take it off. But once I am able to take it off, I'll give you a quick little look in the posing section. But yeah, this figure, bad cape, bad head sculpt. Well, mostly the eyes are what take away from it. Let's just get posing with this guy. It'll probably save him a little bit. For this first pose, I was going with something a little simple. I just want him to be looking at his Vader hologram. That hologram is nice. Honestly, I think that might be my favorite piece that he comes with, accessory wise, and maybe even more than the figure. Yeah, it's a very nice looking Vader hologram. It's very good looking. The figure, it's hard to make it look like he's looking at it because the eyeballs have that, yeah, that dead-eyed stare. It's killing me. I wish they gave him rolling eyeballs like Kenobi, and I think they even gave it to Vader. But for now, it's just him staring at Vader. So cool little pose. Just, you know, I like doing all the different accessories in the posing. So that's what I went with. Like I was saying, I like to try to use each accessory in at least one pose in every video. But that was basically the only accessory. His lightsaber's pretty essential. So I guess you could call it an accessory if you want. But yeah, it's his lightsaber. So yeah, that first pose was basically the only accessory he came with. But I don't have him rotating for this one, but I just wanted to show him kind of standing there, spinning his blades. In the next poses, I will be taking his cape off. I'm determined. I want to take that thing off. When I was looking at it before, I was a little nervous. I didn't want to break anything, but yeah, we're going to do it. So real quick, while I'm working on taking his cape off, I just wanted to show you how to do it. So what I did was I had to pop his head off, and then the front chest armor piece is actually held on by Velcro there. And once you do that, you can actually see, hopefully you can see that, the cape right there. Both sides are held on by Velcro, so you just peel that up. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. And there we have it. He is now capeless. That is the look I will be going for. It's a bit more Rebels accurate, and that cape's just not the greatest. If they added wires and some actual posable stuff to it, maybe I would have kept it. But just like my Clone Wars figures, Anakin and Obi-Wan, capes weren't too accurate to the show, and that is not what I want. He looks so much better without that cape. I am so glad it's very easy to take off. For this pose, I just kind of have him more like in a prepared stance, just kind of holding his lightsaber behind him, getting ready to duke it out with someone, maybe Kanan, something like that. I'm going to do one more pose. I don't have a ton for the posing section, and I actually haven't really been spinning him around because whenever I do, his lightsaber was actually liking to hit the edge of my light box and knock him over, and I don't want to risk breaking his lightsaber. So if I can find a way for this last pose to kind of rotate him around, then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yes, for the last pose, I absolutely went iconic. This is him using his lightsaber to fly away. Yeah, his arms. So that's, I'll leave it for the final thoughts to talk about the figure. This pose, he's just trying to fly away here. It's on his tippy toes up in the air. We'll just say he's flying. Yeah, it's a bit goofy. So yeah, definitely not how I'm gonna display him, but it's fun. Yeah, it's a fun little pose there. It'd be cool if actually the lightsaber could rotate. That'd be something interesting, but yeah, I get why it doesn't. Yeah, if they started flying around Kenobi, that would have been hilarious. So now I want live action Inquisitors that can just fly around. So now I'll transition into my final thoughts. This figure, he's not for everyone. He's not the greatest. He has a dead-eye stare, which means he has no rolling eyeballs, which is very unfortunate. He's good for people who like Rebels because you can take the cape off, and I don't know if we're ever going to get a Rebels accurate version of him. I do like him for that. And of course, he was only in one season of Rebels. Hopefully that's not a spoiler, because by now everyone should have seen Rebels because it's amazing. Absolutely love that show. Yeah, like I said, he's not for everyone. Posing wise, he's okay. Honestly, when I tried moving his arms, you can't really move his arms very well. There's not much swivel. There's not much give as to pushing them out, up, back, anything. You can bend at the elbows pretty well, but you can't really bend or maneuver his shoulders like at all. It's very tough. He does have a full fabric suit, which is nice, but you can't get much torso movement. You can't get much like that. His head's a bit restricted in there because his armor. So that's the thing about him. I don't want to call him a bad figure. He's not an amazing figure. Great likeness. It looks good, but the features of the figure just are not there for me. Should have had rolling eyeballs so he can actually look like not a person, but just have a bit more life to him. He just looks, yeah, that's why they call it a Deadeye stare. It just doesn't look amazing. And then posing wise, you can get him in some cool poses. You can't really make him fight too well because his arms don't really move a lot and his legs move quite a bit, which is nice. But yeah, it's the arms that really restrict him. That's why I just went with a goofy pose for the last one, to be honest. I like him because I'm building out a Rebel display. I'm getting every Rebels character that I can get my hands on that are like specific to Rebels. So not like little side characters that are in it like R2 and stuff. Just the Rebel specific, like Hera, Sabine, what other ones? Thrawn is out, Chopper. Yeah, they really need to make a Kanan, Ezra. A Zeb would be cool, although I don't know if they do a Zeb because that'd be a bit costly because they might have to do it like Chewbacca with rooted hair and then probably not too many people would buy it. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this figure, he's for me. Definitely not for everyone. So remember that if you are looking for him or you do want to pick him up, he might not be for you. But if you are a Rebels fan, he's an essential. Rebels fan essential. Not really anything else essential. Not essential to Star Wars, nothing like that in my opinion. Unless you really love Kenobi and you really liked him in that for some reason. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and definitely subscribe to the channel for more 6 scale stuff. Let's have a discussion about this figure down in the comments. I know I was saying he's not for everyone and there's some features I don't really like, but there could be some people out there that absolutely love him. Probably some out there that absolutely despise him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having that discussion down there with you all. I am looking forward to talking to you all again in another video very soon. So until next time, stay 6 scale.